We are back with pediatric nurse practitioner Lynn Klett, along with also psychologist Dr. Jenna Mendelson, all from Cone Health. And so we're kind of talking all about the first day of school and all of that kind of thing. So before the break, we talked about breakfast and putting that into the routine. Let's talk about school lunch. So PB&J can get tiresome, although I'm a PB&J fan, but maybe you can't eat it all, school year long. So what are some suggestions you might have?
I love their little compartments. They look kind of like your store-bought Lunchables, but you are not limited just what is in there, and you can control what's in it, how healthy it is. You still get to put your little treat in there. And I love, again, meal prepping. Sunday night, I cut all the cucumbers up. I cut all the pepper slices up. So as much as I can do ahead of time to A, have the variety in the fridge, and B, make it easy at night. There are a lot of different options you can do. Does your kid like ham? Does your kid like, what do they like? And then how do you make it small and ready to go is the biggest thing. There are a lot of options. And then we treat. On Friday, you get to buy your lunch at school. You've hopefully eaten what we've sent with you to school for the week. So now you get the ice cream treat and you get whatever the Friday cafeteria lunch is.
Right.
So it really depends on what your kiddos eat. Do they like the crunchy things? So if they like crunchy and they like peanut butter, the little pretzels that have peanut butter in them, you've got a carbohydrate and a protein, so you're balanced. And that's what I look for, not just what I'm feeding them, but do they have their carbohydrate? Do they have that fast sugar, and do they have the slow sugar? So what's going to give them quick energy, and then what's going to sustain them until they get that afternoon snack or come through my front door and eat everything in the kitchen.
Gotcha. So what's quick sugar and like low sugar?
So quick sugar are your carbohydrates. So breads, potato chips, those simple carbohydrates that break down really quickly. Simple sugars. They break down fast, so you get that up, but you also get a really fast down. When you throw in your proteins, so if you're a meat eater, so those are your meats. If you're a vegetarian family or a vegan family, those are your beans or your non-animal source proteins. You get this kind of fast incline or up, but instead of coming down really fast, you get this kind of nice, slow, steady, so you don't have that crash as fast as you do with those sugar foods.
Gotcha.
If you can replace things with, like your fruit roll-ups with the more natural fruit-based, it's the same thing, it's just more fruit in it and less sugar in it. So little tweaks here and there increase the health of your kiddo's lunch, but they still get the sweet and they still get the yummy.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, because that's important. You got to have the sweet and the yummy, right? All right. So let's talk about coping with the busy schedule, because we're just beginning the routine now, but soon it's going to be every single kind of practice, every single kind of lesson, every single kind of tutoring thing, and that just makes the school year just go really fast, it seems.
It absolutely does. And extracurricular activities are fantastic in a lot of ways. They're a really nice way to incorporate stress relieving activities into your day-to-day routine for your kids. They're a great way to get regular physical activity and social connection and even a creative outlet. But that being said, there are some factors you're going to want to weigh when you're thinking about what extracurriculars are the right ones for your kids. And that would be making sure they have some time to really wind down before bed. I don't mean like running home, take a shower, do your homework in bed. I mean like an hour at least where they're really relaxing and ideally not on screens, which is a tall order.
It is a tall order. In fact, we do have one of the questions from a viewer about the screen. What is the importance of stopping screen time before bed? And I'm sure both of you probably have a thought on this.
Yeah, it's a really great question, and what's typically recommended is to cut back on it in at least an hour before bed, maybe two. You might know more about it. But yeah, cutting back on it before bedtime and blocking that blue light. So if your child absolutely must be on a screen and you just can't win that battle, then it might be a question of changing the settings so that it's not the blue light coming through quite as much.
Gotcha.
Absolutely. Definitely an hour before bedtime, and that's a great time to do your reading. Most, especially elementary school kids, 20 minutes a night. Well, get their books out and do your 20 minutes of night. It's a great time to read. It's a great time to just spend that quality time together and kind of relaxing. Teenagers are harder than elementary school kids to get those phones and electronics put away. And I tease them. I'm like, I promise you're not going to wither away if you can't be part of that group chat. And I explain to them why. If you're on a group chat, you're like, oh, what happened next? Because there's usually some kind of drama that we're talking about. So when you're excited or you're into that, your heart rate goes up, your brain's just firing away, what happens next? And so your body and your brain can't settle down to go to sleep. And I explained to him, like, even if you go to sleep, you get in bed and within minutes you're asleep, your brain is still processing. So your body might get 8 hours of sleep, but your brain might only be getting 7 hours of rest and recovery because it's still processing whatever you were doing on your electronics.
Gotcha. Okay. That's good fodder for parents to be able to talk to them about that, and for each one of us as adults as well, for sure. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're taking your questions. So the numbers are there at the bottom of your screen, 336-379-5775. We're going to get a quick check at the first day of school forecast.